finally a senior. Okay, let's go right up here, Redbird. I'm going to walk your way. Come on. Aren't we excited to go to school today? Woo! Redbird, it is so great to see you. I'm glad we both got to walk to the parking lot up here. It has been a fabulous year this year. Wouldn't you agree? How are those wings doing? All right, yay, Redbird. All right, Alton High, home of the Redbirds, just like what we were saying before. Well, it has been a great year not only for our teams, but our academics. Our scores are up on all kinds of things. Our students are engaged in studying and doing homework and fulfilling all of their dreams so far to make all those dreams come true for the future. But Redbird, we're coming to that part of the year where it's time to have a little discussion. Yeah, it's time for that discussion. Do you know what time that is? It's time for registration for your next year. And actually, we're going to talk to the freshmen about their sophomore classes. So, didn't mean to scare you on that, but we're going to talk about all sorts of classes and all sorts of things coming up for that sophomore year. You ready to talk? Let's go inside Alton High School and talk about our future. Hi sophomores, a little bit more about registration. I wanted to let you know about some forms that we have, some hard copies, and some stuff that's online for you. We have the course description guide. This is everything that you need to know about all the courses in Alton High School right here in a single book, but it's also online. It's one of the top headings in the guidance department on things that you can click on once you go to the guidance website. It has all the courses described in here with a paragraph for each one, and if there's a prerequisite needed for a course. Sometimes if there's a course that you know that you'd like to take as a junior or senior, you need to take the prerequisite as a freshman or a sophomore to make sure that you're ready for that class for your junior or senior year. Just talk to your counselor when we come into the English class in January to see you. We have some other forms. A really very, very miniature version of everything that's listed in this as far as classes is on this course selection. And this is, I call it microfont, but it does list in a quick little hurry, a little snapshot, all the classes that we have listed by departments, and whether it's a half a credit, whether it's a whole credit, and what grade you can take the class in. So that's a really super great key to have. The other thing that is super important is the course registration form. Got to have this, because otherwise we won't know what to put on here. There are several different sections on here. We'll need your information filled in up at the top. And for the sophomore one, we have English, Math, and Science noted by EN for English, MA for Math, and SC for Science. And it won't necessarily be in this order. First, second, and third are the spots that we have for this on here, but once it gets into the computer it'll be mixed up, and it'll be whichever hour it ends up being. But for simplicity's sake, we just put it down as 1, 2, 3 for right now, which leaves 4, 5, and 6 open. So we want to make sure that you have all the other classes that you need. We'll be talking about that in the rest of the video that you have as far as electives, or if it's driver's ed, or if you want social studies, or whatever the class is. If you do want social studies and you want an extra one, we do have modern European history, which will be offered 0 hour, which starts before the school day starts. And that is the only thing that we have available for the sophomores as an early bird. And if you want to do early bird, we have a form for that. And that is called the early bird class permission form, which is filled out not only by you, but also by your family, by your parent or guardian, that says they approve of you to take that class. The honors form we have right here, it is not only a recommendation by your teacher, but it's also signed off on by your parent and guardian. And please remember, students, you have to keep those grades up, because there is a clause on here that the honors form would be rescinded if you didn't keep your grades up. So we want to make sure you keep the grades up. Not only that, but we want to make sure that GPA stays up too. We also have a form this year for Tatler staff application. If you decide you'd like to work on the yearbook as a class, you can sign up for that, but this is the application need for that. Back to the Red Book real quickly. It has all sorts of things besides classroom descriptions in here. It has graduation requirements. It has not only the course descriptions by department, but it also has information about honors classes, NCAA approved classes, dual credit classes, which are not only high school classes, but also high school and college classes that you get for free. It has college entrance information, advanced placement courses, and much, much more. And please, even more information on the guidance website, which is at altonschools.org. Go down on the left-hand side of the page, and the guidance section is right down at the bottom. Just click on that, and it'll take you right over to the guidance department. Thank you for this moment. All right, students, we're going to talk about English for a moment. You see, English is the very first line on the form that you have for registration. And like I said before, it doesn't mean that English will be in the first line or be your first hour. It just means you're filling up one of the spaces for the day. We only have 2 choices for sophomores. It's either English, College Prep English 2, or College Prep English 2 Honors. If you actually are going to be in the honors class, like I said before, you need to have the form signed. Keep your grade up to make sure that we can keep you in there in May when the end of the semester happens. That's it on English. Now for math. Oh my goodness. Okay, we are filming. Sorry. And yeah, I'm that kind of math student. I always have big mistakes. Okay, for the math section on your form, students, even though it's down for second hour, once again, you're not going to be guaranteed a second hour. So all you need to do for math is make double sure you check with your math teacher. And that's where we're going to leave it for this year. Just double check with your math teacher, whether it's honors, whether no matter what it is that you're taking, they will have the answer for you now and by the end of the year. Thank you. Oh, hey sophomores, back again. Up in the science lab, thanks to Miss Stoff in the chemistry department with their generosity. You guys had biology this year as freshmen, so you had biology or biology honors. And as sophomores, you'll be able to take 1 of 3 different classes. Intro to Physical Science A or B, which is chemistry or physics, for half a credit each. Or you can take chemistry a full year long, or you can take chemistry honors for a full year. Just remember to fill out the honors form if you're going to take a chemistry class and keep those grades up in biology so that we can maintain that chemistry honors also. Otherwise, it's IPSA, IPSB, or chemistry. Also, I need to let you know too that the state of Illinois requires that our students successfully fulfill biology requirements. You have to have that to graduate. So we'll make sure that you have that class if you were not successful in that class this year. Thank you, and now on to the next subject. Hey sophomore Redbirds, Miss Rogers from Guidance again. I just wanted to talk a little bit about electives that we have here at the high school, because sometimes electives turn into a job, and we all know that if you have a job where you never feel like you work a day in your life, you get paid for something that you really love to do. So in my life, I want to not just be a great Redbird for the rest of your life, but you also want to be able to have some choices on things that you do. It also helps make us a well-rounded student, which also makes us a well-rounded college student, which makes us a well-rounded future employee. So the things that we have here at the high school, we have so many marvelous opportunities for you. I really want you to take advantage of whatever it is that you would like to do. For instance, we have business and technical concepts, A and B. That will weigh consumer education for your junior or senior year. A great opportunity and a great way to get into the business world too. Also computers. We also have commercial art classes. We have many art classes, not just commercial art. We have a lot of industrial art classes. We have computers. We have languages. We have all sorts of things. And you know what? Let's just take a tour around the building. Hey Redbirds, Miss Rogers again, talking about electives. The first one we're going to talk about is if you want to take a language, not required for graduation at Alton High School, but many of you will take a language because that is something that you'll want to have for your college application. You may say, habla español, you may say all of this, but I don't speak this language. You may say sprechen Sie Deutsch, or you may say Guten Tag. But whatever it is that you say, if you do take a language, you'll learn that and a lot more in your class. All right, students, you can also take the whole series that we have for medical preparation. And the first class that we have here is Redbird is getting ready for taking the heartbeat of this heart. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. And this is for biomedical science. There's also more in the pathway for this career path to get you ready for your medical career. Thank you. And on to the next subject. Hey Redbirds, Miss Rogers here again, and we are in a foods class. Look at this. We're going to put all this deliciousness right on this deliciousness. And now for the next one. Hey sophomores, here we are in Child and the Family class, which is a prerequisite if you would ever like to take Child Care 1 and Child Care 2, if you want to be a teacher or work in a preschool or have an elementary ed degree. This is one of the little darlings that goes home, and we've got the bottle, and they drink and they do all those other things that babies do. It keeps track of it over there. And they cry in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, this sucker will wake you up.
Thanks so much, and we're on to the next class. Oh! We have so much artwork, it will just blow you away in this school. It's awesome. Hey Redbirds, just another option for you. Graphic communications. See what Noah's doing? He's screen printing. And when it turns out like this. This is a Simpson version of the Redbird. You can learn all this in graphic communications. Redbirds, this is auto technology. Oh man, I hope I don't mess anything up or blow anything up. Mr. Warren could offer us a little help on that. Redbird, be careful, because we're supposed to have, all safety precautions. So, if you want to take auto technology when you're a junior, senior, be sure to have basic auto as a freshman or sophomore. Hey Redbirds, another class you can take is wood shop. And safety first. Hey sophomores, some other options for you are in the engineering department with Mr. Pat Getton and the other teachers who are in that great department. You can take Introduction to Engineering, then you can take Principles of Engineering. You can do robotics. You can, oh, you're not a robot, oh no, you're a real bird, aren't you, Redbird? Okay, so we've got the robot here. You can do architectural drafting and create a home or a business. Or you can work on robots. Everything. Oh! Hey Redbirds, another option is welding. You can take it for half a credit. It's a prerequisite that you need for the welding 1 and welding 2 that you'd like to take junior or senior year. Safety first. You see that Redbird's ready. Redbird has the helmet and the safety goggles, and there's Blake showing us all about the welding. One of your options that you have, sophomores, is to be able to take any kind of computer class. We have so many things available, not just business oriented, but also if you're interested in anime and making videos in the future or movies in the future, we have a class for you for that. Another exciting opportunity that you can take advantage of, sophomores, is to be in the ROTC program. And here's a little demonstration.
Flight, fall in. Right, face.
Not to steal from movies, but I did right there for a second. 1923, 1924, 1925. A beautiful, incredible legacy that we have here at Alton High School for so many things, whether it's sports, whether it's academics, music, scholarship, everything that we have here. We have so many opportunities for you students. So you know what the lines 1 through 3 are. It's English, math, and science. And that leaves you 4 other lines on your registration paper. So you want to make sure that you get other requirements that are available to you as a sophomore, whether that's health, whether that's auto safety if you've not taken that yet, whether it's communicating. Some of you want to start at a 4-year college, so you're going to need 3 years of social studies all together for the high school. So it would be a half a credit maybe freshman year, half a credit, another half credit for sophomore year, and then you have other requirements for junior and senior year that come into play. So you'll have your 3 credits if you just take some for freshman year and sophomore year. And the other thing is we have so many electives, as you've already seen on the video. We've taken you through such a great tour of that, and there's even more available electives that are on your the course selection guide, so be sure to look at that too. We want you to be well-rounded here at Alton High School. You might want to do sports, you might want to do a club or an organization. We have over 60 for you to participate in clubs and organizations and sports, an unending amount of sports. And you also might want to think about doing community service. When you fill out your applications in the fall of your senior year, there'll be a section on your college entrance papers that ask you, what have you done to give back to your community? You want to be sure to have something that you can put down there, and you can take care of that during sophomore year. Thank you. Oh my gosh, oh, sophomores, I'm just about to leave the building. Thank goodness it's a 10-foot ceiling or a 9-foot ceiling here. I know we can't replicate but opportunities and adventures lie ahead of you no matter if you're a sophomore or a junior or senior, and actually embrace your freshman year. You have a half year to go yet. The other thing I wanted to talk about for a second was you have choices in everything that you do in life, whether it's classes or courses or Cubs and Cardinals. Remember, sophomores, you have to go beyond the bus. Well, sophomores, this is about the end of the line here. But this is not the end of the line. You are the future. prepare yourself for the world.